Hello everyone, I'm CoolGuy, welcome back. This is going to be a fun one, a really fun one. I had such a good time reviewing this thing, and I want to show you the power of this exotic. Today's video is about the updated version of the Warlock's exotic chess piece, Battle Harmony, to make it work in the Crucible. And trust me, this one is elite, and I'm going to show you how and why. There are two ways to use it, and you can use it just one way or both ways. As I go through it though, I have what I feel is the top 5 weapons to use it with if you decide to keep your super. And I feel it's a pretty cool list. The exotic perk states, takedowns with weapons that have a damage type matching your subclass element grant you super energy. While your super energy is full, you instead gain a temporary bonus to weapon damage of the type matching your subclass element. They updated it to function in PvP. It grants a small amount of super energy when defeating guardians with weapons matching the damage type of your super. It grants a small damage bonus when defeating enemies with weapons matching the damage type of your super while your super is full, but it's at a shorter duration than when you defeat combatants in PvE. When this change happened, I planned on covering it. I joined a party with Fallout, and he was doing the dirty work of waiting in a private PvP match, waiting for his super to charge back using Battle Harmony. Now, there's a link down below in the description. Go check that out. As he was doing that, I asked if he needed some gameplay. I told him I'd go get one. Now, the first match, the power of it was in full force, and the first thing that you need, matching energy to the subclass that you're on. This means an arc weapon with an arc subclass, solar with solar, void with void. Heavy weapons matching the element also works, and so does Osmosis. As long as it matches, you're getting the Battle Harmony benefits for the super gain. When you do get that matching elemental kill, the words Energy Siphon goes on the screen for 3 seconds. This is extended super energy on your kill. So the first phase of Battle Harmony, final blows with the matching energy weapons to your subclass gets a faster super, and it's unreal. I have a lot more gameplay to show, a lot of things to cover, but I've had 5 and 6 chaos reaches in a single match. The energy gained is off of a scalar, so with 0 intellect, you get about 4 seconds shaved off of your super time per kill. At tier 10, max intellect, after each kill, you get about 2 seconds shaved off of your super time. Now that doesn't seem like much, but it is. It really is. I'm gonna walk you through it. There are 2 main things to remember. Number 1, when you are max intellect, and that's what I recommend if you run Battle Harmony, just go all in, full send, max intellect. You have a base super time. Now for light subclasses, all cooldowns are faster than stasis. A tier 10 light super is 348. Stasis tier 10 super is 356. A tier 4 grenade for a light subclass is 1 minute 8 seconds. For stasis, it's 1 minute 50. So you have the advantage right out of the gate as a light subclass. With Trials of Osiris, if there's passive play, you're gonna get your super first, out of the gate. If no one on the enemy team is running a tier 10 light subclass, which you don't really see too much anymore, you see a lot of stasis, you should get it first. Now, the second thing to remember is with the faster super, yeah, it's 348 base cooldown, but it's not that. Remember, when you get a double kill, you get a tad bit more super energy, a triple, a melee kill, cap a zone, get a kill with your kinetic. That gives super energy. So if you get a double kill with a matching element using Battle Harmony, you get even more. You can get your super in under 2 minutes with Chaos Reach, and right at 2 minutes or just a little bit over with something like Dawnblade. When I'm running Chaos Reach, I'm running Battle Harmony, and the last little bit, I switch to Geomags real quick. When I'm done with my Chaos Reach, I go right back to Battle Harmony. It really is insane. As long as you're downing opponents, you're getting those benefits. I've had crazy runs going from super to super, like right here. Once I'm done with Chaos Reach and I switch back to Battle Harmony, it takes 50 seconds and I get another Chaos Reach. 50 seconds. Now, this is great for 6v6 to get your super fast and cycle them. Chaos Reach is its own beast, but Dawn is great too. Voidlock is great too. I've had 3-4 Dawnblades in a single match, and you can do well if you're going off. And for trials, it's gonna be great. Think about if waiting happens. Think about the picks that you're gonna be getting. I'm 100% gonna be using it on Chaos Reach and Dawnblade. Most locks run steps or aspects. Myself personally, I use Karnsteins and Necrotic Grips a lot, but with this one, I will use it because I want to get my super first. It's too important because that super chains the rest of the match for your team, for the round, everything. The common theme though is that you have to be comfortable with the weapon matching the energy. Now fortunately, there are a ton of great weapons that fit that mold. Igneous Hammer for Solar Dawnblade. Getting kills with it gives you a fast super. I've had 2-minute supers with Dawnblade. Voidlock with Bottom Dollar, the Gambit Hand Cannon, and some weapons, and some I just know that some of you main it. You always have it out, no matter what, just full send, no regard for human life at all. Yeah, that works too. Fellwinter with Top Tree Dawn, it works great. Even if you're a bow player, Monarch, TQ, any of them, all weapons work. The goal is just to slay out using one of your favorite weapons that has a matching energy type. The exotic does the rest. Also, things to get your super: Dynamo on a Void Helmet, Solar Ashes to assets, more super energy on grenade kills, hands-on on the Arc Helmet, bonus super energy on melee kills. I did have a chance to use it in trials, and it was amazing. Sometimes I would get 2 to 1 on supers compared to my teammates and enemies. Using Battle Harmony, then going to Geomag for Chaos Reach. Every little bit counts. I was running max intellect, getting some Cloud Strike picks, and I always had my super first. And on top of that, since I was able to get it first and then a second time, I gave orbs on those super kills and it started to snowball. And one time I even got a third chaos reach. And out of the 7 games, only 2 teams even got to use their super against us. We even played a passive team. They got us the first round, and as the match went on, I did get some art kills with Cloud Strike, getting me that bump. And when we had another stalemate, Battle Harmony put in the work. I threw on Geomags, I used the pick, and we went from there. So seriously, it can do well, and because I'm a Cloud Strike main, I'm always going to be running this, always. It's too good. I want to end talking about this first phase of the perk by saying this. In Trials, if you're using it to get your super fast. Get that super first, get it out, and go do it again. Now in 6v6, same thing. If you go this route, you're going to be trying to cycle supers. But let's get into the second part of the perk. When your super is active, you get the Absorption Cell's damage buff. It grants a small damage bonus when defeating enemies with weapons and matching your damage type of your super while your super is full, but a shorter duration than what it is in PvE. So this lasts for 4 seconds. It starts at 3, double 0 counts, it's 4. It's similar to kind of how like a rampage works. You get a kill with a weapon, you get a 20% damage buff for that duration after that kill. While the buff is active, if you get a kill, it adds 2 seconds back on. You can get double kills while all this is going on. You can actually get it above the base 4-second timer that you get. For this buff, you think Tlaloc from Destiny 1. There are 2 important things I looked at for my top 5 and how I made this list. Number 1, how does the buff change the weapon? Is it ease of use? Does it make a perk or an exotic perk work better? Does it make it more lethal? And within my list, as I go through, I'm gonna talk about what the weapon does, what you can do after the buff happens from Battle Harmony. Now the second thing, a very important one, is it good enough to go on a streak that will equal or surpass what a super would have got you? Will there be times where at least you're gonna get on a string of 2 to 3 kills? You kind of think of that as that's what your super would have got you. And another very important thing to remember and to have more success with it is the damage buff that you get is the same exact as high energy fire. So you want to run charge with light, high energy fire with taking charge. Because what happens, and you have to think here, you're more than likely going to get your super first. After that, in 6v6, you have 5 other teammates that are going to get their supers and use them. Then they're going to use them again. So maybe 10 total supers you can go get orbs from. On top of that, you're going to have double kills from masterwork weapons. They're going to be dropping at different times. Since you aren't using your super, there's going to be a lot of orbs to collect, and you want to pocket those orbs so you start off with 20% in the first place. That way, when you transition to the second part of the Battle Harmony damage buff, it's going to be the same damage. And before I get into my top 5, any weapon with a damage perk works really well. Swashbuckler, Rampage, Kill Clip, Multi-Kill Clip. Any damage buff from a weapon is going to stack with the Battle Harmony buff. So something like Last Dance with Kill Clip, the sidearm, you can get a kill reload and have both Kill Clip and Absorption cells active, and it does a hefty 52 per headshot. 156 per burst if it all hits the head. It's deletion. And for a sidearm, that isn't taking into account if you have surprise attack on, so you can go even more with the build. Something like a fusion rifle, high impacts mostly, the bolts go from 48 to 58, and that's enough, like right here with Merciless, to one-shot a super. Because of the Battle Harmony buff. If you have something like Multi-Kill Clip on Exile's Curse, it goes to 68 with both buffs active. Now the best one is Merciless due to Kill Clip. If you're able to get a kill and reload, you do want to have fusion reloaders on. Merciless does a massive 87 per bolt. All of that damage with these fusions is pushing out your range. For this list, I tried various things. You think of it, I tested it. All trace rifles, skyburners, Gravlance, which by the way, Gravlance cannot 2-tap with the buff. Devil's Ruin's kinda good. Bows with Swashbuckler, everything. I tried it all. A high impact sniper will do 189 to the body after a kill. A lot's gonna survive that though. There are some nice ones like Monarch, Ariana's Val. If you get a kill, the buff will allow you to one-shot after. Fighting Lion is the same thing. Or any grenade launcher, something like the Salvo. So for my top 5, there were 2 things I was looking for. And I'm gonna say this, I didn't include Cloud Strike into my top 5 due to bias. I do feel it is one of the top, if not the top option, due to how many collaterals you get. If you like sniping, Adored's right there as arc, matching arc to arc, it can work. And why I like it, because it's a rapid fire frame. In my mind, when I get that buff, it's gonna up the damage to where I can double body. It goes to 109. Like in this clip, I was trying to double body the knee sliding Titan, but his face met right with my bullet on that second shot. So I can go on my sniper streaks. It holds 7 in the magazine. I'm trying to go for headshots, but if someone's rushing me, I have that double body in my pocket. And after this video, I do have a Cloud Strike streak to continually show why I like it so much. It's one of the best clips I've ever had with it. It's 10 kills in 10 seconds. It's pretty much back-to-back team wipes in 6v6 control. So stick around for that. My top 5 starts with the weapon's exotic perk that works great with the damage buff, and that's Polaris Lance. Its exotic perk, the Perfect Fifth. Precision hits return ammo to the magazine. Landing 4 precision hits loads a delayed solar explosive round for your next shot. So you're going to play this on Dawnblade. Going off the 2 things I mentioned a second ago, how does it change the weapon? Well, Battle Harmony, it's going to allow you to 3-tap your first enemy like you always did, but that Perfect Fifth explosion on the second enemy, it's going to allow you to 2-tap them. Just 2 headshots, the explosion will take care of them. It's going to be better on the bigger maps. You get into trouble on something like Anomaly. It's on my top 5 at 5, strictly to how it just kind of transforms that Perfect Fifth perk. It feels great when you pull it off. It's very lethal. Now that explosion does have an area of effect. They can do big damage to grouped enemies. And it's at 5 due to the lethality of chaining kills. It can do okay. You can go on some nice streaks, but it kind of struggles on some smaller maps, which most of the maps are in Destiny 2. Number 4, Kill Clip, Stars and Shadow. High impact pulses have been in a great spot. We see with Messenger, this one, Premonition, no time to explain. With Stars and Shadow, you want Kill Clip paired with Outlaw if you have it. If not, regardless, you do want to put on double pulse reloaders. The Kill Clip damage is great by itself. It goes from 36 to 47. It's always been good. But what I value is how Battle Harmony just kind of changes the weapon, and it's going to allow you to go on a mean streak with it because you're already transferring to Kill Clip after your kill. You're going to get a kill and reload no matter what. You're doing what you were going to do anyways, but with the Battle Harmony buff, the damage goes to 57 per crit, 171 per burst. You can get a 4-bullet kill. Not only that, a big thing, it puts the damage to 36 per bullet on the body. The same as its regular crit damage, meaning you can 2-burst the body. It's a shredding machine. And of course you want to land criticals, but if you don't, it's going to achieve that 0.67 with just pure body shots. And as it's chaining, it might run out, but Kill Clip's going to be there for a second after. Kill Clip's going to allow you to get more kills, and then you're going to be right back into it after that reload, having both buffs active. It can go on some really big damage streaks, resulting in 2, 3, 4 string of kills that a super would have got you. The Kill Clip High Impact Pulse with Battle Harmony is very powerful. Number 3, Teraba. And here's what you need to remember about Teraba. It works on a hit system. The damage doesn't matter, it's pure hits. So you need to land 20 hits for Ravenous Beast to proc. Here's what's cool about Teraba and Battle Harmony. After the SMG buff, the screen shake, they're a lot more usable. They feel really good in your hands. But secondly, the TTK with Teraba, how it works, it takes 9 criticals straight to achieve a 0.67 TTK. It deals 22 to the head. You're on that hit system, so that first kill, unless you absolutely beam them, it's taking more than 9 bullets. It's going to take 10 to 12. Well, you're 7 to 10 away from Ravenous Beast. And in that time frame, after you get that first person, you have that Battle Harmony buff. The 22 goes to 26. It's an easy kill on your second enemy. Again, remember, it's kind of like Charged with Light on whatever weapon you have. Then you're going to have Ravenous Beast. Or you're going to have that hit system already done, have Ravenous Beast in your pocket. You're going to find your first enemy, you're going to hold reload, get that first kill, then Absorption Cells is going to take it to 40 damage to the head and body, making it a 5-bullet kill. It's instant deletion. Teraba is brutal with Battle Harmony. And those 2 things, if you choose to hold your super, this is an extremely fun weapon to run around with. Battle Harmony makes it better, how it transitions its main perk with the damage buff, and I even had Teraba as high as 2 on my list. I even had it at 1 briefly. It's crazy good with Battle Harmony, try it out. At number 2, believe it or not, Symmetry. There's a very cool interaction with Battle Harmony and the theme of kind of maining a weapon in place of your super. And if Battle Harmony kind of synergizes with a weapon to make it better, make it complete, it does that with Symmetry. As a reminder, these frames are full auto, you can hold down the trigger. It's a 0.93 TTK, 3 head, 2 body. After the first kill, you can do 1 of 2 things. Since you have the damage buff, you can go for a 4-tap on your next opponent, or if you landed at least 4 headshots to make a dynamic charge times 4 on your first opponent, after you kill them immediately you can hold reload and go to the revolution rounds. A 4-stack of dynamic charge with Battle Harmony, using those revolution rounds, once you change over, it's going to do a 102 and you can start 2-tapping with those rounds. You get into that gunfight, as long as you land 4 headshots on that first enemy and down them, you reload as if you were doing it with Kill Clip. Then you can just start shooting these auto-tracking 2-tap rounds. And after you get a kill with that 2-tap, the timer's going to keep extending. Usually you need a times 7 charge with Symmetry for you to 2-tap like this. And what's nice is when you start landing those auto-seeking rounds, if enemies are grouped up, it shares that damage. You get the second part of Symmetry, the revolution rounds, to work a ton because of Battle Harmony. It's one of my favorite weapons to use with it, and there are times you can be extremely lethal. Number 1, 120 RPM hand cannons. There's no getting away from it. The range, the pure damage, Igneous Hammer on Dawnblade, bottom dollar with Void Lock. Even with damage dealing perks like Rampage or multi-kill clip, or without. Because what it's doing, it's extending out your range or it's just doing a huge damage chunk. Say you land a 119, a teammate could land a regular 90 if they're using a 120, it's over, they're done. And as you ramp it up with the perk, if you have a damage dealing perk, you can one head and one body. The number one way though, it takes a very specific perk set, and the interaction is nuts. If you have multi-kill clip with your bottom dollar, preferably with Outlaw like mine, you can run the Devour tree. You can pop Devour, get a kill on your first enemy. The damage is enough to 2-tap your next opponent, which is going to be easy, you do it all the time if you have Rampage. But after you 2-tap that second person, you're going to hit that reload and have multi-kill clip ×2 with Battle Harmony and Devour. It's one head and one body at ridiculous ranges. And after you get your kills, you get your health back. The more I looked at it, I moved the 120s around on my list. In reality, there's no competition. Rampage, multi-kill clip or not, it just makes them flat out better and more lethal than they already are. The last thing I want to say is that if you're using Battle Harmony this second way, with the whole purpose of using a very specific weapon to slay out, yeah, Chaos Reach is good, but another thing to really consider is neutral game. Maybe go top tree Arc for Chain Lightning and Arc Web instead of Chaos Reach. Maybe go middle tree Dawn for healing grenades. That does take away Icarus Dash, things like that, but you can start looking at the neutral games of the other subclasses. Devour for bottom Void Lock. Again, since you aren't really tied to the super, think about neutral game for all subclasses. If you use this purely to get your super first, it does that and it does that well. If you find a weapon that pairs with the second part of the perk for damage, it works very well there too. I believe it's elite, and when you buy into it, it's no joke. However, you do need to play with it. Use some of the things that we talked about and see for yourself. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. If you're looking for a new controller, I am partnered with Scuff Gaming. Use the link down below and my code COOL at checkout for a discount. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me and watching my review for Battle Harmony. Let's talk about it down below. What are your thoughts? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.
Enemy claims zone B. Double down. 3 opponents down. Look at them fall. Outstanding. 2 for 1. Triple down. Look at them fall. You're unstoppable.